When you're camping, being able to cook is essential, and if you don't want to rely on fuel, then you have to rely on electricity. And that's why today we're taking a look at the Joule portable electric kettle from Stoke Voltaics. So what is this? And if I'm being honest, it really looks like a jet boil. I mean, they basically just entirely copied the jet boil design, but this is a portable electric kettle. It does not require fuel, it only uses electricity. You can use this to heat up water or food or even popcorn, which if I'm being honest, I don't really see myself doing that. And there are 3 different modes for each of those different settings. There is a plastic top, and then inside you have the power cord. The plastic top is kind of that like almost rubbery, soft plastic kind of feel. Alright, as for all the specs on the Joule portable electric kettle, it's 100% electrically powered. It requires being plugged in with a 3-prong plug, and it needs 100 to 120 volts and 500 watts. Like I said, there's 3 different modes. There is drink, which has an auto shut off after it hits the boil temperature. There is an eat temperature, which heats up to the boiling point and then stays at that point, and also pop, where it heats up just enough to the ideal temperature to pop popcorn. It's made from 304 stainless steel, has a 7.5 inch height and a 4.5 inch width. The company says it weighs about 24.5 ounces or 694 grams. The weight that I got for myself when I weighed it with the power cord inside was 30.8 ounces, just under 2 pounds. There are measurement markings on the inside in both ounces and millimeters, but the standard on it is ounces. The millimeters is kind of weird. The max safe fill line for boiling water is 16 ounces or 2 cups of water, but this holds up to 30 ounces. They claim that this boils water in 5 minutes, and we're gonna put that to the test right now. All right, we got the power cord in the back. You just open that up, plug the cord in, boom. Plug it into the side. Okay, we're gonna put about 16 ounces of water in up to the max fill line. There, 16 ounces of water. We're gonna move it over to the drink mode, and let's go. All right, as you can see on my battery, right now we're running at 416 watts. I'm also gonna put the top on and let this be as efficient as possible. All right, we're starting to get pretty close to a boil, but it's not a rolling boil yet. My battery has gone down a decent amount, almost 10%, so this is definitely using a lot of power. All right, 7 minutes, almost at a rolling boil, nearly there. All right, that's probably about a boil right there. All right, 7 minutes, 20 seconds to get to a full rolling boil. And we turn it off, boom. It took about 15% of the battery from this very large 1,000 watt battery. All right, so there you have it. That took about 7 minutes and 20 seconds outdoors to get a full rolling boil. And if you were wondering if this is hot, it's warm on my hands, but it's not hot at all. Like, it's very comfortable to hold on to. It's almost like a hand warmer. I also tested this at home before, and indoors in my home it took about 6 minutes and 15 seconds to boil the water, so a minute faster than we got out here. Also keep in mind that elevation may play a role in how long it'll take to boil, and also the temperature of the water that you put in, obviously. If you take water directly out of the frigid Lake Superior, it's probably gonna take a little bit longer to boil. Okay, so as for my review, what do I like about this portable electric kettle? First off, I love that it is electrically powered. You don't need to carry fuel with you, you just gotta plug this into a battery and you're good to go. It's also nice that this is very portable. I mean, this thing just fits right inside of the kettle. Put the lid on, and then you're good to go. It's small, it's lightweight, and you can easily pack this thing away. It seems like a pretty quick and efficient little device, and it feels good. It feels like it's made from good quality materials with one flaw. So, I have some bad news, but I need to put this in my review because it was my personal experience. After testing the boil time at home, the kettle got stuck on the pop function. It wouldn't let me switch between the drink and the eat functions. I could still move this little dial back and forth, but the little light would only stay on pop and the kettle wouldn't heat up enough in order to boil water, which really sucks, and I hate that I have to put this in this video because I do want this to be a great product. Stoke Voltaics must have reached out to a bunch of smaller YouTubers like myself because there are dozens of reviews that have released on this product in the past month. Out of the ones that I've watched, I'm the only person that had this issue. Other people have also mentioned that this button, the dial, is flimsy, which I definitely agree with, obviously, because mine failed on me. The good news is that I emailed the company immediately as this happened, and they sent me a new one that I received within 3 days of emailing them. Aside from that problem, I dislike that this needs to be plugged in, but that's kind of inevitable. With the amount of power that this thing requires, there would need to be a massive battery attached to the bottom of this. Again, the last issue that I have is, like I said before, just this dial. It's flimsy, and unfortunately it broke on me. Otherwise, I don't have any other issues, just one big one. All in all, what are you really going to use this for? And honestly, pretty much just to boil water, like you would with a kettle at home on the stove, or for all my backpacking friends, like you would with a jet boil or any other kind of backpacking style stove. I don't really see anybody using this to actually make food unless it's soup or maybe some dehydrated food, but even then, you just boil water and pour the water inside the bag that the dehydrated food comes in. As for improvements, the only thing I have is obviously this power switch. The dial definitely needs to be better, because it would really suck if you bought this for a trip, took it with you, and then found out during the trip that it's broken and you can't switch between the modes, because if you can't boil water with this thing, it's basically pointless unless you just want to eat popcorn. So who would use this thing? And I would say maybe someone who is camping by themselves. It's a quick and easy way that you can boil some water to make some food, but it doesn't really have a big enough size to boil water for 2 people. Since it only takes about 7 minutes to boil water, you could potentially make meals for 2 people just back to back. This is also maybe useful for someone who's on the road doing the whole van life thing. It's very small and it makes for an easy cooking and cleanup, plus it's electrically powered so you don't have to worry about bringing fuel with you. And lastly, I would say this is good for someone who just wants to heat up some water for some coffee, and that's honestly probably what I will be using it for. You could use this to heat up water for just instant coffee or an AeroPress, French press pour over coffee. Pretty much any kind of way that you would make coffee, it'd be an easy way to heat up some water for that. So all in all, unfortunately, my first experience with this wasn't the greatest. I haven't had any issues with the new unit that they sent me, and hopefully nobody else has the issue that I had. If you are interested in getting this for yourself, it costs $99, but I have a discount code that is in the link of the description that will give you 50% off, but only until August 31st. There's also a link in the description that will take you straight to the Stoke Voltaics website. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.